Hey guys, how you doing? It's Will, the energy healing guy. Hope you're all doing all right. Hope you're all doing well. So today I want to tackle a subject which is really, I think, this important that it could actually change the way our race as human beings, what direction it decides to take in the future. So today's video is going to be how to break free of mobile phone addiction. Now, before I get into that, if you do like the channel, do subscribe, hit the notifications button, and do leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. And so the last video on LifeWave patches, I have a feeling that video is going to do quite well. It's already got a few comments, already got a few views, and it was quite an emotive subject. And so it was really, really good to have people's feedback, no matter what you're saying to me, whether you're agreeing with me or not. I'd love to hear from you. So if you don't ever agree with what I'm saying, please do. I will never be offended. Just tell me I'm wrong. That's what I'm here for. I'm just putting my opinion out there. So that's out of the way. So why do I think that mobile phone addiction is going to change the direction of our race as a species? Well, if you haven't noticed, the world's been changing quite a lot recently. And there is a bit of a plan in place to, the last couple of years has springboarded, you might call, a plan would be a polite word for it, an agenda would be another, to push us towards technology a lot more. Whether it's remote working, whether it's tracking, whether it's more rules and regulations, and pushing us really towards much more in front of screens, much more reliant on the technology that governments are providing to kind of make us a lot more accountable for what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're spending, what we're using, and that sort of thing. So why is overusage of mobile phones so important from my point of view? Well, if you haven't heard of a little thing called the metaverse, it's charging towards us at about 1 billion miles an hour. And part of the plan of the last few years has been to actually push us much more towards technology and much more towards a digital existence, which to me makes me highly uncomfortable. Now, they've actually managed to start this process by getting you hideously addicted to your mobile phone. With the world that you inhabit with your mobile phone, you've become very reliant on social media apps, on banking apps, on email apps, on browsing the internet, on watching and streaming things online, no matter where you are. So whether or not you are in a coffee shop on your own, whether or not you're waiting for a plane, whether or not you're in a bar with friends and on your mobile phone, in a park, anywhere, walking to get a snack in your kitchen, the temptation to get your mobile phone out will be very strong. It's a dopamine addiction. If you don't know the hormones behind it, your dopamine release every time you get a bit of a hit from social media, a like, checking a share portfolio, checking a cryptocurrency portfolio. Yes, Will. Checking a social status of some sort, checking when something's on, checking a little thing that comes into your mind that you need to know on Google. This sort of thing is all going to release dopamine. That is a gateway for bringing in the next technological age. Because so once they've got you hideously addicted to your best friend, which is your phone, they will then bring in other things, and you're very used to working with that AI which is already on your phone. And so they'll just increase it bit by bit. And before you know it, you'll be immersed in the metaverse with the work avatar, a social avatar, and you won't actually be in your physical body anymore. You will be actually part of technology and part of AI, which is really not what I want anyone to do. So this isn't just a video about mobile phone addiction. It's about where it could go. And I've just told you that. So if we can break away from this technology now, if we can get used to not using it as much, I believe that we'll turn away from the metaverse in the future more so. So do listen to what I'm saying. It's not going to be very long. So if you find yourself walking in the kitchen, you pick your phone up, 5 minutes later you walk in the kitchen, pick your phone up again, nothing's changed apart from the odd email, the odd comment on social media, that sort of thing. Your brain's being constantly activated. It doesn't need that. It doesn't need that information. Your precious brain and your nervous system just needs to not do that. So how can you break away from it? And also don't forget about the emotions you go through when you get a negative comment on Twitter, or you see a negative image or negative news feed, that sort of thing. So how can you break away from it? So what I have done is that I do have a smartphone, right? It's an Android, and that has all my apps on it, okay? What I've also done is I've got an old iPhone 5S. This thing will not receive upgrades, it will not do anything spectacular like the modern phones do. But what I use this for is basically to take out and about with me. So it may seem a bit funny, the first suggestion is to get 2 phones to break mobile phone addiction. But what I do with the smartphone is I get it out of the drawer and I check it once in the morning. I don't check it until 10 o'clock, okay? And I'll check that phone once for messages, updates, whatever. Then I'll turn that smartphone off straight away. This isn't really a smartphone anymore. All it enables me to do is make phone calls and receive text messages. I haven't downloaded any apps on it. It won't even accept apps. But this is used as phones were meant to be used for calling people. We've forgotten that. These days it's all about everything else. So my first suggestion would be to get a lesser phone, yeah, and check your smartphone once or twice a day for a couple of minutes. This thing that you'll have with you a lot of the day will not be able to do anything. So you'll find yourself going for it, but it won't be able to do what you're used to doing. So I've noticed since having this, which has been a few weeks, slowly I've just not bothered. It's decreasing. That addiction is kind of decreasing. It's slowly going away. And I'm just using the smartphone once or twice a day, and that is it. And I'm really much happy with that. I'm not getting alerts. My head is much more free. But if I'm out and about, I'd usually take my other smartphone if I was driving somewhere, just because if I broke down. But then I get all the notifications. I'll be out and about and I'll be having a coffee or drink with a friend and I'll get a notification and look at it. With this thing, that's not going to do that. I'm only going to get phone calls on it. So you've covered the base of having an emergency. You've got a phone. That's all you need. Use your phone. Do not let it use you. And the way you can do that is by getting a lesser phone, but you're still going to be in the game with the smart technology because you will have a smartphone and you'll check it twice a day for 5 minutes. That will take care of a lot of your reliance on new mobile phone technology, which is only going to get worse and only make you more tired and only make you more stressed. So my first suggestion would be to get a lesser phone, okay? My second suggestion, which I've touched on already, would be to don't get your smartphone out until 10 or 10:30 in the morning. This thing you can turn on because it's only receiving phone calls. If there's an emergency overnight, you can do that. Get out at 10, check it at 10, 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Then go all day without using it and then check it once again at 6 o'clock for 5 minutes. Then put it in the drawer, turn it off and leave it. That's my second suggestion. Just only have that smartphone out for 10 minutes a day. My third suggestion is going to be, if you really need social media for work, or I certainly use WhatsApp for work, Telegram I kind of do, but again it gets abused because friends text me within that social media app and all of a sudden I'm a fuzzball, I'm a stress ball. I'm kind of imagine there's 20 people in a room at a party. You're talking to that person, 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 a person from work, a person from your family, a person from your friends. That's going to stress your brain out. You don't need that. That's why we need to move away from this technology. So my third suggestion would be, if you do need social media for your work, get the Telegram app or the WhatsApp app or the YouTube app on your desktop, your laptop or your work PC. And if you really need it, and just don't keep checking it. Yeah, just do your other work, and then if you do need, check it every hour or whatever. But just don't be tempted. Just leave all the friends' messages and all the crap till those 2 times you check it within the day. So my third suggestion would be to get apps, social media apps, on your computer or your desktop. My fourth suggestion is going to be a bit kind of like, but get outside more. Just get away from the technology. Just remove yourself from it. Even leave this little one at home. Yeah? And just find things to do outside of the house. Whether it be socialising, whether it be playing sport, whether it be going to a yoga class, doing whatever without your phone. Because you don't need your phone with you all the time. You can even turn it off and put it in the car and take it with you, but just leave them off. Get outside, do other stuff, do what you're going to do. Take this stuff, take it with you, but just leave it off. I think a lot of people get caught in the trap thinking, oh, what if there's an emergency? Then take the little one, the non-smart phone with you and turn it off. And if it's that urgent, someone's going to leave you a message. Yeah. So guys, that's it for today. Those are 4 suggestions for getting away from mobile technology, taking back your sovereignty as a human being, freeing up your mind for actually real creativity of how you can change and improve your life. Because you can only change and improve your life if you have space up here. The divine can only communicate with you if you've got space in your mind, which is problem solving, how to improve your job, how to improve your life in general. It could be anything. If you really want to go a step further, then take up meditation and increase the silence in the mind, which is great for the body anyway, and your brain and everything. So the mission should be to get away from this, get back to your body, get back to yourself, and then things will flow a lot easier in your life, and your life will slowly improve. And you'll be getting away from that AI, getting away from that metaverse mentality. And that could save you in the future. It could save your children, it could save your family, because you have to set the example, especially if you have children, that these things are dangerous. Yeah. The sun's been going in and out of my video, and I've now got a clear screen. So that was the Almighty going, listen to him, he's right. These things are dangerous and they can ruin your life. They can burn you out. You don't need them with you all the time. So hope that's useful, guys. Sending you lots of love and light through the airwaves. I hope you're all okay. And again, if you like the video, smash like. And if you really like it, subscribe and hit the notifications button. So when I make a video, you can be notified. Okay. Bye for now.